jury for the 5th and the 6th grades are Mrs. Andrea Bell, Mrs. Corina Bularca, and Sorana Horsia from the 12th grade. For the 7th and the 7th grades, the members of the jury are Mrs. Roxana Ionica, Mrs. Andrea Bell, and Andrea Orza from the 12th grade. We will start with Marțiali Mattia from the 8th grade, followed by Despan Alex, also from the 8th grade. Good luck to everyone.
I think kids should always be loved, especially when they don't deserve it. If you offer a child love, they will grow up to pass it on to other people as well. When you offer a child love, you are motivating them to go forward in their life. There's a Greek word named telos, which represents the ultimate goal of something. To humans, love is what gives you telos. Love is what transforms you from a regular human to an adult who can actually do things. Without love, you'll just be moving around doing nothing at all, nothing useful to be sure. Love can motivate us to do unthinkable things. In 2010, or at least that was the most legitimate source I could find, a man named Tom Boyle lifted a car off a trapped kid. The record for deadlifting a barbell is 1,003 pounds, and that car weighed about 3,000 pounds, so that's about 3 times more than the record. So how did he do this? This is called hysterical strength, and it's what love can make us do this. Usually, love is simple, yet very complicated. It's almost like a Rubik's Cube. It's simple in the beginning, you don't even know where to start from. But as you proceed and go on, it slowly gets easier and easier. You understand it, and you even become faster at it. You become better and better, and as you solve more and more, you become quicker and better at it. You can tackle bigger challenges and solve more and more cubes until you can become the best of them all. Solving a Rubik's Cube is exactly like love in a way, because you can solve them easily and they are simple. But it's like love, they're complicated. That's it.
Hello. Well, let's start. Children deserve to be loved, especially when they don't deserve it. Children need love, especially when they don't deserve it. For the beginning, we should split this sentence into smaller ones, so it will be easier to be analyzed. So children need love. I think that's very important for them because love makes people happier, and happy children get better results. And children need love. Now, the odd part of this sentence is actually the especially when they don't deserve it part. The meaning of this, I think, is that people who make not bad stuff, but they do wrong stuff. For example, a child gets a bad grade. If the parents talk to him rationally and explain him that school is important, and I think all of us were children once, or we are, and we know that parents told us. Okay, so basically, let's get back. Sorry. The children deserve love is. Oh crap. When a child gets a bad grade, the parents talk to him rationally, he will understand, he will get a better grade next time. But if no problem is solved with anger and hate. And now, one very classical example is, I think all of you know it, is Jesus. Jesus is the person that gave love, like spread love to everybody, even though he was put in chains and made fun of. So Jesus is good person. Okay, thank you.
Now we're moving on to the 5th and 6th grade, and we have right now Darius Kitsu, and then next up, Degan Sherban. Good luck.
Starting right now. 59 divided by 5. No, it's wrong again and again. Why? What have I done wrong? Why can't I repair my mistakes? I need this time machine. I need to go back in time. I need a second chance to rebuild my relationship with my son. He's 30 years old now. I feel like a parent by name, but not by heart. Children, they should always have somebody that is there, their parents. One of my mistakes is that trying to build a stable and reliable source of money and trying to be well known affected my relationship with my son. If I could always be that would show my kid that is being loved. Oh my gosh! The love shows the parents' gratitude. Sadly, even other parents to this day still think their children don't need love when they do not deserve it. Quite frankly, no, it's stupid. Children need love when they especially do not deserve it. The main question is, do children need love when they don't deserve it? The answer is yes, children do need love. And now parents who have children always give them love because they know that if they don't show their gratitude to them, then they will be quite affected by this actually. It will destroy their self-esteem, creativity, opinions, and respect towards us or other people who they don't even know. And most importantly, their personality. I realized something. If children still can't find a true source of love from anywhere, then where are they going to find it? I at least hope that they won't lose their dreams, because if they lose their dreams, they won't know what they want, so they'll be very unrational, but they'll still be able to make decisions. They will also lose their goals, life goals, have a family, a child, even the dream job that they once wanted when they were little. I understand this from now, but the difference is that my child has his dream job, but he does not enjoy it. Maybe, just maybe, they also lose their passion towards working on jobs, projects, and other things. But continuing, I have to understand that if I want to show my love and gratitude to them, then they won't be as happy or acceptive. Now, is changing the time, the past, a viable solution? I want my kid to be happy. Providence, help me. Have I lost my son? Has he lost me? It just can't be. Anyway, I realized that changing the time is actually not a viable solution. It's too late now because children need love and they're especially little. The end. Thank you.
When I was younger, I had a neighbor, Theo. He was the only child of his parents. He was a very spoiled child because his parents were trying all his wishes to come true. His parents loved him a lot, but they were a very busy person, so they didn't used to spend too much time with their child. Theo have too much freedom and almost no any person to watch over him or to talk with or to give, or to give him an advice. That's why Theo was alone most of the time. From day to day, he became very selfish and even mischievous, opinionated, and eager to stand out. There was an old man living next door with him who was unable to get up from bed by herself. I remember a very hard winter came in one year. Nights were frozen. Theo found out that in weekend the old man will be completely alone during the night. So he decided to make a very wrong thing, hoping that nobody will find out what he was planning to do. After the sunset, he broke up the old man's window's bedroom, so the old man spent all the night in a terrible cold. Because there was some video camera, Theo has been reported. So some of the neighbors and Theo's parents found out what he has done. His parents say to him, he doesn't deserve any longer their love. I think Theo needs to spend more time with his parents.
Thank you for your wonderful speeches. I'm now inviting Medan George to delight us, and he will be followed by Mitan Tudor. Good luck.
Shortly after the birth of my son, I was faced with a new brutal reality. Me and my wife were now supposed to care about another human being. Para ce râzi? Stai că m-am uitat. At 31 years old, I was a semi-functional adult with a complete business with 10 employees. And I had buildings, loans, taxes, and cars, but a baby was something new. I didn't even know how the diapers look. Am uitat. After the birth of my son, I was faced with a new brutal reality. Me and my wife were now supposed to care about another human being. I didn't even know how to care about myself. But what about a baby? He was lonely home while me and my wife were go to work. He definitely need love. I didn't even know how to care him. Showing I'm a good dad. I stayed with him every night and reading him stories. My wife was the only person who could save me from failure. After getting some further things, it seemed to make him very happy. Those are very happy memories for us. After I gave him the love he needed, he go to school. He was the only child. He was the very best child of that school. He could speak in complete question. I'm done.
Next up to give us a wonderful speech is Rus Alexia, followed by Bratu Horia.
Learning from your own mistakes is a must, but learning from others is a better choice. We are all wrong, but we know we are forgiven by our parents. I know a very naughty child. She always says, "Who are you to order me?" Her mother always says, "If we were not to guide you, who would help you?" She completely ignores her mother. One day, she goes to school. She lies to her teacher very much and talks some small notes. Her mother asks, "What happened?" She says, "Nothing. It's not your business." Her mother was very, very sad. The next day, teacher calls her mother. "Hello?" "Yes, I am. Please." "Yes, I understand. Okay, have a nice day." "Your teacher called me and said there's something wrong with you. You can tell me everything. You know, I love you very much." "I feel guilty because I behave so ugly. I don't deserve your love." "Look, you are the best daughter in the world, and I love you very, very much." "Thanks, Mom. You're the only person who understands me. Now, go to school, smile, and be yourself." We have to keep in mind that we aren't perfect and we aren't perfect, but it shows us when we wrong, we can correct it, and it shows us that we are very, very, very smart. Okay, thanks.
They don't deserve it. Why will they get love if they don't deserve it? If they did something bad, took a bad grade, or behaved badly, do they need love? Some may say that physical or verbal abuse is the answer, but sadly, the real truth has been hidden for a lot of parents. What did you do? Go in a room and don't do anything else than studying until you come home with an A+. What did you solve with this? You made your child unconfident and feel bad about himself. This is not going to make him study better or anything. This is what you should do. Don't worry. This is not the end. Go and study more to be more confident about what you know, and you're going to get an A+ at the next test. I have a question that has never been answered. Do parents think that by making their child cry and beating him, they are going to solve something? They just make it even worse. Giving your child love when he doesn't deserve it could lead to a successful, powerful, and respectful child that will respect you and the others. By not giving love to him when he doesn't deserve it and punishing him for whatever bad he did, you are going to build his character into a shy, antisocial child that will not respect you. Love is always the answer, but not always the solution. As for example, those two parents are really busy at work and they don't have time to spend with their child. They buy him everything they want. But deep in his soul, their child knows he doesn't care about what they get. I wish they will have more free time to spend with me. But they don't. I don't have what to do. Remember, most importantly, love is always an answer, but not always a solution. And very important, children love when they don't deserve it.
Now I invite Stănescu Diana, followed by Enescu Ana, to deliver the monologues. Good luck.
I am Andrea and I was a poor child. I don't have any family because my parents left me when I was only 5. I think I did something wrong and that's why they do it. I like very much drawing, but I never really could do it before some years ago. In the past, no one appreciated me, maybe because I steal sometimes. But one day, a family came to me, and the child said to me, "You had to be..." Scuzați-mă. I can't stay seeing a child like me in a situation like this. I'm gonna ask my parents to take you to my home. She goes to her parents and asks them to take me for the orphanage. Fortunately, they accept, and in the end, we walk through a very beautiful and big house. The girl's mom said to me, "You had to be polite and very kind with the members of my family because they had a bad opinion about you. Could you do this?" "I think so," I answered. We entered the house and I met all the family relatives. They like me. I went to school, I made real friends, and I started a very beautiful life. That family gave me all the support they can, and all I want. Yesterday, I was staying in my room, and I paint this for remembering me that I need to give love to my children's and to other, I don't know, other people, especially when they don't deserve it.
is easy to love a child that is well taught and well behaved, but loving a child that is a troublemaker is another story. One day, I was at dinner with some of my father's customers and my family. The family had 2 children, twins actually, a boy and a girl. They have just moved to our town and the children needed somebody to show them around. Me. Both were 12 and their names were Olivia and Andrew. Since the beginning of the dinner, I had noticed that the parents talked about their daughter, but never about their son. Andrew was so different from the rest of them. He was dark-haired and dark-eyed, while the rest of them were fair-haired and blue-eyed. He was not different only in the appearance, but also in the way of being. Olivia was shining, proud and loud, whereas he was shy, a troublemaker, quite unfriendly. I was wondering during the whole dinner why they were behaving so differently. It was a surprise when I asked their parents what school they will be attending to. I suddenly discovered that it's the same school I went to, same year as well. Father didn't tell me a word about it because he wanted to be a surprise. That's the reason why he omitted this information. The following week, the family invited me over to their birthday party, which was last Saturday. I accepted their invitation. I realized that it was a good opportunity to get to know the twins better and to finally find out the answer to my burning question, why he was always left behind. I arrived at their house at about 11 a.m. All guests were already there, me, as always, fashionably late. I saw some parents talking about Andrew in a corner. I sneaked near them to listen to their conversation. I heard that Andrew was suspended for fighting last year in his old school. I couldn't believe what I heard. Since he came to our school, he always behaved properly. He was such a kind classmate and very smart too. All the teachers that knew Andrew's backstory advised us to treat him nicely and to show him that he's welcome among us. Their birthdays came quickly. Andrew fit in pretty well, but Olivia had just a few friends. Jealous, Olivia started screaming and got angry. She couldn't believe that her brother had more friends than her. Actually, the girl that the parents considered perfect was the rotten apple. Beautiful outside, but sour inside. Well, the boy, sweet Andrew, may be rotten outside, but with patience and love, you can discover the most beautiful soul.
My name is Diana and I'm 11 years old. Now, I want to tell you a story of how I learned a very important thing. I was outside with my friends when I saw a girl alone and very sad. We were all in a good mood, so we decided to ask her if she wanted to join us in our trip to the city center. She quickly accepted and started slightly smile. She was very friendly. Very soon she started laughing and smiling all the way up to her ears. She was so friendly. We quickly learned that her name was Raluca and she was the same age as us and the most friendly girl I have ever met. She lived in Brasov, but she never felt happy at home. Every time we tried to find out why she didn't like her home, she started getting sad again, so we stopped asking. We changed phone numbers and we meet every day during the whole summer. Each and every day, she told us a little part of her life. When she was little, her mother left her, and her dad took care of her for many years. But he was getting sad every day without his wife. One day, he fell in love again, married this young woman, and had a baby. This new so-called mother never actually liked Raluca. She was so mean with her every time her dad wasn't at home. She told her the most hurtful things. Now, her brother is the main person in their lives, and both of her parents paid just him attention and care. Raluca felt so unloved, and it was just like her dad completely forgot about her. After she opened up herself and told us the whole story, Raluca felt happier than ever. She felt like she had a weight lifted off her shoulders. Many adults told her that she was overreacting and being so sad just because she didn't get any attention. But I think it's hard to not be understood and loved by people who should be closest friends. This summer, I learned a very important lesson, and it's that children need love, especially when they do not deserve it. Because the most beautiful thing she told us this summer was that she felt loved by a couple of girls who decide one day to help another girl in need. Thank you.
I have been thinking a lot what to talk about regarding this subject, and it came up to me a well-known story from the Bible, the story of the lost son. Many of you probably know it. It's about a father who had two sons. One day, the youngest son asked his father for his part of inheritance. He wanted to travel as far as he could and enjoy his fortune, and that's what he did after the father gave him the money. Far away from home, he felt free to do what he pleased, and he spent all his money, and he had a shameful and disgraceful life. Unfortunately for him, starvation came over the land one day, and he realized he didn't have any money left. Hungry and miserable, he felt sorry for what he did, for the life he had. Then he remembered. His father's workers always had something to eat. So he decided to return to his father, not as a son because he didn't consider himself to be a son anymore after all what he had done, but as a worker. He just wanted to work and not to be hungry again. So he returned to his father. When he saw him, his father was so happy that he ordered his best food and his finest coat to be brought for his lost and found son. When he saw all this, the oldest son asked his father, "Why did you receive him like this? Why did you forgive him? Why did you give him the money?" "Well," said the father, "he was lost, and that was his lesson, and I guess he learned it. The lesson we children have to understand is that our parents love us no matter what." Now, I've got a question for you all. When do you think your parents love you the most? When they give you the goodnight kiss, or maybe when they ask you what do you want to eat for breakfast? When they swim with you in the blue sea, or when they buy you the most finest coat or the phone you've dreamed about? Well, I guess there's a drop of love in any of those. Now, another important question. When do you think your parents love you less? Is it a bad mark? Or is it an innocent lie? Trust me, they will never think a lie can be innocent. Well, do you see them sad or angry for something wrong you had done? I see them like that sometimes. But even if they don't show, I know they love me. Because children need love, especially when they do not deserve it. And parents instinctively feel that. So, next time your mother blames you because you got a bad mark, don't think she loves you less. She wouldn't care whether you had eaten, whether you had a fine day, whether you had returned from school if she didn't love you. She wouldn't encourage you to come here today to speak in front of so many people. She wouldn't say that your most important reward is not necessarily winning this contest, but having something to say and being heard. Thank you.
Thank you for the wonderful monologues. Now we're moving on to the 7th grade, and I invite Kircea Andreea Maria, followed by Gorgan Bianca, and last but not least, Iova Alexandru. Good luck.
I know I broke a window and I hurt the cat, but it was her fault. She told me that I'm ugly. And the vet says she's gonna be fine in 2 or 3 months. Anyway, now my parents. There were some other times that they didn't want to talk to me, but I feel like it's different this time. Do they love me? Do they still love me? You know what? I don't really care. If they don't love me, I don't love them. Wait. But then who's gonna make my school bag? And who's gonna buy me toys? Or give me a goodnight kiss? No. I'm this old. So I think I'm big enough to live without my parents. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave. Because I have to show them that I can survive even if I'm by myself. I am alone. Wait, where am I? I am alone. I am actually alone. Mom? Dad? Where did I come from? I would like to go back home. They must be worried right now. I know I was bad, but I'm really sorry. And I think I still deserve a little bit of love.
Microphone. Oh, okay. Okay. Deci, this man right here, he is Harold Herbert. He told us a very important thing, that child need love even if they don't deserve it. Well, in my opinion, I think that a child can't possibly do something so wrong that he won't deserve to be loved anymore. Maybe a child can only think that he won't deserve to be loved because of a small wrong thing that he did. For example, if a kid breaks a flower vase while he was playing, the adult should tell him that what he did wasn't good, but should also tell him that he will love him no matter what. The right words at the right time can do a lot of things. They can increase the self-confidence of the kid and make him feel wanted. I think that an adult that doesn't get the love he needs when he's little, he will grow up and won't know how to love, how to appreciate, how to respect somebody, because he wasn't loved when he was learning how to be a human. When you can see all over a kid's face that he's upset, well, that's the moment when you should tell him how loved is him. When you can see all over a kid's face how happy is him, this is another good moment when you can tell him that he is loved and appreciated. Basically, love is the thing that a kid needs the most, together with respect and trust. Children have different personalities and different parents and different ways to be. But I can tell you for sure that all deserve to be loved. And I think that the worst thing you can ever take away from a child is the love he deserves. In conclusion, I think that when you can see that your child, or no matter what, any child, is upset and he doesn't think that he deserves to be loved anymore, this is the moment when you should tell him that it's not like that and everybody deserves to be loved.
Hello there, everyone. My name is Yoval Alexandru. I'm here to tell you why all children need love, especially when they don't deserve it. First of all, children are not like adults who have strong, calculated opinions about everything. They are like sponges. They absorb every bit of information they can. They also can absorb personality traits, especially from their parents. So, if you are very lazy or bad at something, don't expect your child to be any better. But if you are kind and gentle, your child will be the same as you. Today, children absorb so much information that it is almost impossible that they won't absorb bad personality traits. So you have to counteract them with good deeds that require good emotions. For example, if your 6-year-old begins to cry because you won't buy him the latest console, you have to let him calm down and have a discussion about why he shouldn't have it, why you won't buy it, and what he already has. Or when your 12-year-old screams at you to get out of his room while playing with the piercing in his nose, You first of all have to ask yourself why you let him get a piercing, and second of all, you have to sit next to him and ask him what is wrong, why he isn't happy. And if you do enough good deeds for him to absorb, in the future, maybe he'll come around, even if he absorbed many bad traits. So, maybe not this year, or this decade, or these 2 decades, but he will come around and tell you those sweet, sweet magic words. I am sorry. I love you. And all because you gave him love when he didn't deserve it. The end.
Congratulations, everyone. This is the end of today's contest. Tomorrow we are waiting for you here at 12 o'clock, Upper Secondary School, the monologues. Goodbye.